Go. All right, everybody. Good evening. Let's do a brief audio and visual check. As you guys can see, we got Baron. Baron with us tonight. Over to my left, your right. How are you, man? How was your trading day? How have you been?
I'm doing good. I just took my first payout after 3 months of no payouts, so that felt good. Um, Kind of a mixed trading day, um, but we'll see if we can pick some stuff up here in this overnight. I'm coming in. I'm up 527 already off gold.
Nice.
From where we closed today, I was just looking for it to continue to push up to those highs. There's an edgeful stat for that as well that I like to use. Asia typically sweeps one side of New York, and the way that we held up going into close, to me, it was a sign of strength. Like, we're not selling off over this. Like, if it was weak, it would have closed under 4,000, and we closed up. I mean, going into close, we were up at 4,008. So just quick little scalp right off open for like five points with 10 micros.
Yeah, and before we get going, let's go through the risk disclosure because we have a lot going on. We just jumped into it because in the green room we were just talking. We're like, it's what's going to stop gold? I'm like, man, it's tempting to sell. And then the moment I said that, gold just dumped. Gold dumped, and you guys could see it right there. Gold just pulled off. So let's jump into it. Welcome to Slow Markets, everybody. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach CBA, and here's I was almost going to say Coach Baron, but Baron over here. And as always, in the Topstep YouTube chat, there is our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything that we go over tonight and all the time, for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. It is not financial advice. And you can see I am working with a brand new mic, handheld one, testing it out, testing the audio. Yeah, so far it's working well. And yeah, we're watching gold. There's probably trades happening. I was just saying it's tempting to short. I
kind of want to long it, but I'm gonna wait for some structure. See if we maybe go back down and retest that 400 level. There are, we had a lot of orders at 4,020. We had 700 buyers step in at 4,016. We had another 500 step in at 4,018. And then another 700 at 4,019. And then they cleared out all the orders. And to me, that's either we're going to pop really hard or we're going to dump really hard. One of the two. So if you're long on something like that and you see it, I would tighten my stops pretty aggressively. Move like that, because we just got this flush out of nowhere. Like, how do you anticipate that? It's kind of hard to do. But you could also go the reverse direction where it just rips faces after all those orders are filled because there's nothing else really sitting up there. So if you do have active buyers come in, it's just going to shove through. It's just going to shove through to the next area of orders. But we did have aggressive sellers step in. Looks like there's some buyers, but we'll see. I'm going to wait on this a little bit.
it's short. Really is.
I'm tempted to long.
Okay.
I'm tempted to long because I think we hit 4,000 and nothing happened. Like, nothing really happened at 4,000. We rejected it 3-4 times last night, and then going into New York session, we got above it, rejected below it, got back above it, rejected below it. Then going into close, we got back above it. So it is a significant level. I'd like to see a daily close above 4,000 just for confirmation. But right now, like, the longer we hold above 4,000, like, it's just like where does gold go next, right? Let's go to 5K like Hogue wants.
Yeah, we just go.
Yeah.
it's because I have it a little bit close. Also got Coach J. Coach J over here. I moved my camera, but give us just 1 second. No audio, brother. All right, we could be able to hear me now. No audio, no sound. Turn up the volume. It was that gate that we put on earlier. Okay. How about now? You should be able to hear me okay. Can you hear me, Baron?
It's a little quiet.
Okay. I don't mind holding it. I don't mind holding it until we get it figured out. But we are on your charts, so show me what you're looking at when you're talking about a long gold.
Yeah. You can't see my book map. You can't see my book map, but I am looking at the order flow. So that's where I'm seeing like, oh, we have so many buyers at this level. I'm looking at book map for that. Or we have these limits sitting here. I'm using book map for that.
Okay.
In terms of what I'm seeing, we held above this 4,000 area for all of PM session, and then we started to move back up through it, going into close, and then today I was looking for this to sweep out that New York high. It did. There's a like 70% chance for your Asian session from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. to sweep one side of New York. Whether that's the high or low, you kind of have to use context to decide on that.
Order filled.
But it gives you a pretty good area to target. And now if I'm looking for longs here, I want to see us dip down to like, ideally, like if I was to take this long right now, it would be based off the order flow. Just a single confluence, and we're right at VWAP. There is a lower VWAP band here in here as well that I can see on my trading view.
I'm sorry, Chad. I had my order sound on. I just got in short gold, so.
You got a short gold. Okay. Yeah, but there is a lower VWAP band that we just tapped into, so it's just a standard deviation off the VWAP band. Sometimes they're significant, sometimes they aren't. I want to see this come down to POC and value area high, and then look for a long down there. Lines up with that 4,000 level. It lines up with a 0.5 fib. I think it's a pretty nice area to long if we do get down there. If I was to short this, it would be if we push back up to like 4,018, and I see something on the tape there.
Got it. Well, chat, I am in a short. I am short from 14.8, 5 micros. And I'm going to go ahead and have my stop loss at, I mean, that's all-time highs. All-time highs at and there's my, I don't know. You can't hear me. It's okay. I don't mind holding it up here. You should be able to hear me now. So I'm short from 14.8. 14.8. Coach, I'm quiet. You should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, it's a lot better now. It's a little bit loud, but I think loud's better than quiet.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. I don't mind. It's new mic. So that's my trade in micros, wide stop, small size, and I'll pass it back off to you on your chart.
Okay, sweet. I mean, I'm waiting, so it's probably more interesting to see the active trade, because I'm waiting for a little bit more structure. It's a little chaotic here. This first trade that I took, it was pretty easy. We were just slow grinding up. When you get this volatility, it's a little bit harder. I do like longs in here, but I only have my lower VWAP band, which we haven't really tested yet this session. Now that it's been tested, I can use it going forward. But yeah, we really only have that, and I have order flow to confirm it. We had a lot of big sellers come in for that really quick push off of 4020s. But then now there's no sellers. There's sellers just kind of died off. So that's what I would be looking for on continuation.
Okay. They were there for a second, man, and now they're
It
gone.
was just aggressive sellers. Our CVD dropped from 1,300 to 600, so you had about 600 sell orders come in, and yeah, now it's going back up, and we're coming back up to the highs with less buyers, so less effort, more same reward almost. That's typically a bullish indication. So I don't really want to short this. If I was to short it, it would be up at 418, but I need to see the reaction here. To me, though, based off the order flow, I think this just looks like steady buyers coming in. And it's not like big buyers. It's just steady small buyers. So, you get a big seller in there, you can flush pretty quick. But yeah, just steady small buyers coming in. Anywhere from 5 to 20 orders, just grinding this thing higher.
And yep, I am not liking this short. This is a lot different than that short the other last week, right? This is a lot different than that short last week. I was looking for a deeper pullback and kind of momentum. We do have the top of the hour coming up in about 18, 17 minutes. I'm not risking too much on this, but
how much did you go in with?
What's
How
that?
How many micros did you use?
5 micros. 5 micros.
Okay.
I'm short 5 micros from 4014.8. So it's not the best, but it's still
I found
smaller
5
size.
micros on gold. 5 micros on gold, you can make some good money.
Yeah, especially
some good money. Sometimes you can have like a 2.5 point stop on gold, and that's what, $125. And then you can have, like, I've had trades that are 2.5 points that run 10 points, 20 points. 10 points on gold is $500. So small base hits.
It is. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of volatility in slow markets.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the volume on gold. Like, even 2 weeks ago, it was not this volatile. Like, the volumes picked up significantly in the overnight, especially. There are so for those of you who are looking for orders, there's a lot of limits now sitting down at 4,000 after that sell-off. Those weren't previously there before those sellers stepped in. So there's a lot of buy orders down at 4,000, and there's a lot of sell orders up at 4,023. So those are the two, like, the highs and the lows, I guess. It's kind of where I would expect us to sit between.
Got it.
And it makes sense at that 4,000 level. So a lot of people looking to get filled. Up at that 4,020 level, it's kind of hard to gauge where these orders are going to come in now.
Right.
Now that we're over 4,000. So it was a little tricky to trade it today. For me personally, I don't know if you traded gold at all, Dakota, but today was a little tricky. Last night it was a little easier because we were below that level, and I was just telling everyone, like, if you're trading for it to hit 4,000, front run it by like 2.5 points, because it just keeps getting up there, like a couple ticks off it and reversing.
Got it. And so patience, you're just patiently waiting. What will trigger you in? You're just like, okay, I'm in.
We are back up at this 418 level. That's the upper band of VWAP where we previously failed. So I did call that level out right when we hopped on stream. Like, if I was looking to get short, that's where I'd get short from. I'm just looking for more information, more structure up here as we hit new prices. Yeah. That's why I think it was tricky for me to trade it today, just because, like, going into New York, like, the structure was a little wonky. When you push those all-time highs, and then it's like you have a base, but, like, you don't know if that base is valid because it hasn't been tapped back into, and like, you can still apply the same systems that I was previously using, but I think my context was just off. Oh, I said context, not confidence.
You can have a very, and Coach Jay and I was talking about this earlier, is the confidence where we call trades out on stream, but then just taking them. I struggle with it a lot, where just call the trade out and then being able to take it, and then being able to take it in front of everybody and let it play out. Have you ever struggled with that?
No, what I've noticed for me, okay, is if I'm live trading in my Discord, I
Okay.
trade significantly worse than if I just trade without being live, or I'm trading on Topstep TV. I don't know what it is about being on Topstep TV, but I always have like a really good frame of mind, and I feel like I'm only taking trades if the proper context applies. There have been a couple times. There have been a couple times where I get that wrong, but for the most part, I feel like getting your like if you're able to get context right 80% of the time, the trades are a lot easier to take. So I kind of just what do I see? What do I see? Now what do I think?
Right. Yeah. I've that's been some of my worst trades. Is what do I what am I thinking? Right. I'm thinking one thing, and then what do you see is a different. Yeah, I'm focused on gold, everybody. So because of that volatility, we'll get to the Nasdaq here shortly. But right now, the focus is on gold, and then we'll just run through our regular rapid fire. But this trade is my focus right now. I know you've been focusing a lot too, right, Baron, on gold here during slow markets. So we're just gonna keep that focus, and then once
Yeah,
I get everything figured out, we'll switch over back to the Nasdaq.
I actually have a symbol block on Nasdaq.
Okay. Okay.
I don't even want to be tempted to trade it. I'll still look at it. Like today, I looked at it. I was live in my Discord, and I was like, ES is selling off. Nasdaq looks like it was when it was choppy, and I was like, this doesn't look like it's bearish yet, but I would expect this to turn bearish. And then that Oracle news came out, and it just dumped. I wasn't expecting it to dump that far, but I was like, I think this could pull back to 25,100, 130s, like 130s to 160s, and then it just shot right past it.
Got it.
So, yeah, I can still read Nasdaq. It's been, I don't know. Trading is a different story.
I don't have any symbols blocked. Actually, no, I lied. I have the Nasdaq blocked, but not the micros, because I found myself whenever I was switching between micros and minis, sometimes I'd forget, and then I would place the trade in a minis and not the micros, and like the next thing I know, I'm in 5 minis or 3 minis, or I'm building a position in minis, and the price is the same, so I can't tell the difference until after I look at the P&L.
Yeah, it's trading micros. It's a little bit less stressful, also because like you can also try things with one micro. Like if I'm up 500, I'm up 500 right now. If I want to try a short, I can put one micro and I can risk what, $40, not even 10% of current profit, and it just makes things easier.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, like right now, I hate saying this.
You're kind of getting chewed off here, Dakota, but like, I've seen it where it gets close to your stop and then it reverses your direction.
I know, but it's just I hate it's like leaves a bad taste in my mouth when I say I'm short gold. If I say it 3 times, I'm gonna get a phone call from Hogue.
I mean, if you went back to like April, August, where it was just ranging, then yeah, it makes sense. But like, we have not had any pull off on this rally, really. It's just, I mean, there's been a couple days where it's, we've printed some red dailies here and there, but they're not strong red dailies. So to me, this looks like it's just going to keep moving up until you get those strong daily closes. I wouldn't really look for this to reverse, especially given the current, economic environment and all the news that's going on. And I think some of that Oracle news, right? It's if you look at the Oracle news and then like Nvidia, OpenAI, and they're just passing money back and forth, but the stock's pumping because of it. It's like, what's going on here? Are we really pumping 5% off, 5% Nvidia off? An OpenAI deal where they're giving them $100 billion to pay them $100 billion. Like it's just they're swapping money back and forth.
Yeah, it's like
It's like this doesn't make any sense.
Have you ever seen that skit on the Three Stooges where they all each other were like $20 or $5 and they just pass it around and now they're all debt free?
Yeah, I saw a meme on that today.
Yeah, that's what they did. They did just that, and then just the value, their stocks went up. That's it.
Yeah.
EKS is Baron talking Dakota into a trade. Nope. It was the exact opposite, right? Where Baron, you were looking for longs, and I was looking for follow through on this sell off, and I'm in a loss. I'm at a loss right now. I'm taking a loss. So far. I mean, it's still open. It's one of those where I'll never expect to have zero drawdown on all my trades. But this isn't looking too hot. I have my stop loss at that price for a reason, and this trade's not over yet. We do have the top of the hour.
If you never had drawdown on any of your trades, you might not be. You might need to erase your social media presence and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna make as much money as I can here.
I know, just full port everything because I don't have drawdown.
That would be a crazy wish. I wish I would never have drawdown on any
Some trades, right? And it makes you feel amazing. Like it's that instant gratification. Like, wow, I was just right from the very beginning. Zero drawdowns, zero this. I had a short NASDAQ today where I got in the short and I sat there for an hour while we went sideways. And it's miserable to sit there watching price just go up, like back and forth, back and forth. And then finally, after an hour, it just sold off. I'm like, oh, wow. My thesis and my setup and my trade was great. I just had to suffer through that consolidation and some drawdown.
Yeah. And I think like I'm perfectly fine holding trades for a long time. My best, like I've looked at the stats, and when I hold trades between 30 minutes to 4 hours, my win rate goes up to like 60 to 70%, somewhere in there. And you do have to sit through consolidation at times. And I think a lot of people see red on the screen and they're not able to hold that trade through that being in drawdown. It can make you close the trade early, and then it moves your direction, and then you're like, fuck, I should have just held it, right? And I see that issue a lot where like people will just close it early, or they close it at break even, whatever it is, and then it shoots their direction. I think it's just part of it's management, and part of it's just being okay with, when I put this trade on, I'm willing to accept the risk that it can be a loser. I'm willing to put the risk on, and I'm okay if it loses.
It's hard to do. It's hard to be okay with a loser. It is.
Yeah. I think I'm going to join you in the short, Dakota. I like how this rejected out of that upper band twice. I'm just gonna do one micro for right now. I'm gonna risk $40 on this. What I was talking about earlier, right? You can toss one micro on. I'm risking $40. If I'm right on this, it's not much reward, but I'm willing to try this short here, based off what I'm seeing on the chart.
I'm liking the shorts more now. Yes. Yeah. So let me switch it over to your screen real quick. I'm liking the short even more. I might even possibly add, but show us what you're looking at, and then I'll go through what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So should I just share my trading view? It's probably easier for me to walk through it.
Yeah. Yep. Your charts are up.
Okay. Can you see my trading view?
I can see, yes.
Okay, cool. So I've got this anchored view up here. I've got standard deviation bands off this. So we came up, and I've noticed these trading gold the last 2 weeks. I've noticed it in backtesting as well. We'll use these standard deviation bands as support or resistance. You can see it here where it wicks it and then goes back up. This comes up to the upper band. It wicks it once, and then it comes back up, wicks it again. And I am seeing on Bookmap, there are bigger sellers stepping in where we've got, we just had one for 74. We're getting some more in here, but we could chop around a little bit. So this is really just, I'm going in on this off this rejected once, rejected twice. I have my stop at the highs where those big sellers started to come in. And I'm using those big sellers as like a protection, I guess. The reason I'm looking for this to come down to 4,000s, let me switch back over to my Topstep X. We have this value area high right at this 4,009 level. So I'd like to gauge the reaction as we get down there. We have our POC at 4,006, and then we have our value area low at 3,392. So I would like to see if this can get below the value area low. And if it can get below POC, then we should head for, or sorry, I misspoke. We get below the value area high and we get below the POC, we should head for this value area low. So I could extend this target all the way down to this value area low. I would probably take it off a little bit earlier, kind of like where we consolidated in PM session. But that's what I would be looking at.
Okay. I like it. I agree with that. And as we were speaking, I might decide to get into a bigger position, and our views kind of line up with that. What I'm seeing as well from a technical standpoint is I think we could be putting in a lower high right there. Like, this is a very interesting breadcrumb that we put in a lower high, and this is going to be a little stretch target of 4,000. I think there's a possibility to hit 4,000 here during slow markets.
I think it could dip below there even. I don't have it on my Topstep X, but I have the volume profile for the week on my trading view. I start that at Sunday open at 6 p.m. We have for the week, we have our value area high sitting at 4,002. And then our POC is down at 39.86. So we could come back down to that 80s level and retest it and then start to move higher. That 80s level has held as a support. Like, it's a pretty key area. It's acted as resistance and then it acted as support. We broke below it, accepted value back above it. And then that's kind of where we came down into the lows of New York. So I like that 80s level. If this is going to sell off, if this starts to get aggressive, I would look for those 80s to potentially hit.
Okay. What price did you end up getting? You got a good price over there.
I got in at 4,015.9.
15.9. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in 14.8.
I'm going to add a second micro in here. So I'm risking $100. I'm going to do this where I'm going to shoot for, I don't think this comes down to these New York lows during slow markets, during this Asian session, just because of I have the data on it. It's pretty unlikely that we sweep both the high and the low of New York.
Top of the hour. Top of the hour right here, Baron.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to look for this base down at 4,000. I'm going to front run these orders that are sitting down at 4,000. There's quite a few. Let me check the book. Down at 4,000. There's a bunch of orders.
Okay. Let's see if we can do. Let's see if we can do it, man. I like this position we're in. It's hard to be short gold, but look at this thing. Oh, look at it go! Look at it go.
Okay. That's nice. I want to see a strong close below this previous 5-minute low. If we do see strength below there, I'm going to tighten my stop up.
If we get this follow through, 4,000 is looking pretty attractive. That's that big round number.
Yeah, so our order book, we've got 118 orders sitting down at 4,000. So I want to see us come down into that level.
Right. And what's your risk right now? Your stop loss?
$100.
Okay. Okay. Do you have it set at like a dollar number then? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm basing this off structure.
Okay. Got it.
I'm just trading with 2 micros. Like you don't need to. Again, it goes back to you don't need to stress out with 2 micros.
No. As much as trading can be very stressful, um, traders that stress the least are usually the ones that are able to follow their process the best, right? And usually micros, significantly help with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like that we had that little bounce and rejected those 13s. If we could get follow through below 40.10, I think this thing could, I don't want to say fall off a cliff, but I think we could gain some selling pressure.
The momentum. Yeah, I wouldn't expect New York lows off this just because the stat is so unlikely. If you go and check the backtesting, I use Edgeful for the stat where it's the previous New York session and next day's Asia. So it would be right, like I'm looking at New York session today and Asia tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a 70% chance we sweep one side of New York, the high or the low. There's only a 10% chance. Actually, let me correct myself. Let me pull up the stat. I can actually show this on stream. Let's see if I can show it on stream here. Just so it's clear. So yeah, I've got this board with a bunch of stats in here, but this one is New York and next day Asia. So typically you're seeing a single break 71% of the time, 20% of the time, 22% of the time you're seeing no break, and then only 7% of the time you're seeing a double break. So if I was to target this New York low all the way down here, well, that's an attractive TP,
Okay.
right? The numbers bigger. The statistical likelihood of that is fairly low. So it's better for me just to get my piece of the pie and not shoot for crazy targets.
Base hit, man. Just get your little piece and just be happy. Be happy. I was talking with Coach Jay right here earlier today because I short the NASDAQ in the morning, and then we sold off. I took profits, and then it just kept selling off down to like the 25,000. I'm like, so hard to not feel like FOMO or like that satisfaction, because if you would have held, I mean, profits are a lot bigger, but not realistic. It's like got to be happy with that realistic target.
When you're like, I've taken big trades. I've taken big trades where I've held them. I'm sure you have too, Dakota. Like you've told me some of what you've done in your personal brokerage. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy how there's so many levels to this. But like my biggest trade was 250 points with 10 minis. Did the NASDAQ keep going up after I closed it? Yeah, but I still captured just over 50 grand on that trade. So would it have been nice for me to get an extra 50 points out of it? Yeah, but I need to get my piece of the pie and just say, okay, what am I happy with? Where's my realistic target? What makes sense for me? And I like how this closed below and we got that strong 5 minutes. So I'm just going to completely take my risk off here. I could even scale into this a little bit more. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave the 2 micros on because it's too far from my entry price. But yeah, like, what are you happy with at the end of the day? Are you content with that number? And a lot of people have issues being content with a specific number. What I related to is how much are you making at your day job? If you work a day job and you trade part-time, how much are you making there? You're making $20 an hour or $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour? Like, if your goal in trading is I want to replace my job, or maybe it's I just want to bring in a little bit extra income through trading, and the prop space is excellent for that. If either of those are your goals, because the entry cost is so low and you're not risking your own money. Obviously you have profit splits and stuff like that, but it's the opportunity cost that you're getting. if you're able to frame it as, okay, I make $20 an hour, I get 4 grand, 4 grand a month for my paychecks. If I'm trading 5 micros on, say I trade 5 micros in a month, I'm able to capture 400 points on the NASDAQ, which is pretty realistic. That's 4 grand. I can take a 2K payout. Now I've just increased my income by 50%. So now I'm making 6 grand a month instead of 4. And that standard of living goes up as as you make more money. But what are you content with? Are you content with that 6 grand, or do you need to push it for 20, 30, 50? I mean, I pushed it. I was up at 50K months, and I continued to push it and force it, and it threw a wrench in my trading for 3 months. So what are you happy with at the end of the day? Because it can mess you up seeing these big numbers.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of times you need to just take a moment and kind of take a step back and put everything in perspective, right? Like, what's realistic? What, like you said, what am I happy with? Like, why did you get into trading? You want freedom. I fell into this trap too, where you just keep wanting more. You want more, and then you see other traders trading bigger and more, and then you want that, right? It's like, however, if you would have just tuned everybody out and you're like, okay, I'm happy with $200 a day on average, because you're gonna have winning days and losing days. But if I could get $200 a day on average over an entire year to replace my current income, and I get to do what I love for a living, I'm happy. And then I get trapped in that vicious cycle of like, oh man, this guy's making $1,000 on a day, and then this
Yeah,
guy's doing it, and then you chase
social
it.
media is a big trap for it, right? Like you see a lot of people making a lot of money with trading, especially on social media, and it's very easy to fall into. And I was talking with someone, and they were like, a year ago you just wanted 10K months. Now you're making 50K a month, and it stopped working.
Yeah.
And now it feels like your world's crumbling. When a year ago you just wanted 10K a month to replace your salary job. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's you put it into perspective, and it helped me out with like getting back into it. And like I just took my first payout in 3 months, and it was the same amount that I took for my very first payout, and that's okay, because as you continue to go through it, stack it up. I don't know if I'm going to get at the end of the day. I don't know if I'm going to get back to 50K months. I don't know that, but if I can get back to 10K months, I'd be happy. I'd be content with that.
Perspective, man, perspective. If it's like one of those, like, man, if I told myself when I'm starting out, um hey, I'm gonna be making a daily living clicking buttons, sitting at home.
Yeah.
My grandpa would go crazy. He's like, "What? That's not a real job. Go get a real job."
Yeah, like I've told my mom about it, and like the issues I've been having recently. She's like, I was worried this was gonna happen. I was like,
I was worried
like,
this was gonna happen.
she was like, I was worried you're gonna get greedy or whatever it is, and she was like, I'll pray for you, and that helps out. But yeah, we are continuing to sell off in gold. I do want to tighten my risk here a little bit more, just to make sure I secure that profit. I risked 100 on this. I'm currently up 150, so 1.5 R. Shooting for around 3 R on this. But the next stop adjustment I'm going to bring it to is 4,011 and a half, where we have that sharp rejection candle, or that sharp sell-off candle, and then that's where like your base is starting to form out. So I want to see this stair step and then fall off a cliff lower.
Okay, I like it. And I did take a couple contracts off down here in this area, so switching it to my charts. I moved my stop loss. I adjusted my risk to that pivot we just made. I took 2 contracts off down here at 07 and a half, and see, how's that, everybody? I had that drawdown, and because smaller size, wide stops, it sucks when you're in red. But same thing happened this morning. It felt almost the same as the NASDAQ trade this morning. In drawdown, patience, wait, and now we're starting to sell off, and I'm capturing a little bit better of a 1-to-1 risk reward. I'm going to take another one off right there, actually, and I'm going to just continue to trail this down. My stretch target, 4,000 evens. So we are how many? $20? We're not $20. We're about $11 off the highs.
Our delta is now negative. So previously it was positive 1300, and now our delta is negative 33. So it's pretty much flat. Um, if you're newer to trading, you don't know what delta is. It's just how many buyers and sellers do we have in the market. So
Okay.
um, just because it's negative doesn't mean you're going down necessarily.
So it's negative
But
how many?
negative 48
Negative
right
48.
now.
So if I bought one at market, what does that do?
It would bring it up to negative 39, or it would bring it up to negative 40. What did I say? 48? Negative
Yeah.
48. It would bring it up to negative 47.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy one at market. Tell me if it changed it.
Okay.
Did it?
Yeah, it fluctuated a little bit, but like it's
Okay,
you
okay.
get so many orders that it's hard to tell.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard
Okay,
to
okay.
tell.
Because I could close my one position out. I got 9 minis. I
Let
could
me
just buy at market for profit.
let me see if I can see your order. What fill did you get, Dakota?
Um, it was just one at a time, so you're not gonna be able to tell.
No. I can see it. I can see it on Bookmap. I can zoom in that close.
Really, just one order,
Yeah, I
one
can see one order.
contract. I
Yeah.
filled
What
this last one. I filled 7.70.
7.70. I can see your order. I can see one. I can see one like right where you were saying you were gonna enter on it.
Yeah, yeah. You can see the one, huh? Okay, if
Yeah.
we do end up continuing this sell off, I'll do an odd number. I'll do 3 at market, and you'll have to tell me if you see it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is so cool. I didn't know you could see it that in depth on
Yeah. You can see it on Bookmap. It's a little bit easier to see it on. I can see directly where like how many you can zoom in to like seconds on it, or you can zoom out to an hour where
Okay.
it shows you like a big cumulative of how many buyers versus sellers there were in a certain area. And then footprints you can see per candle. So like you could go down to like the 15-second and see each 15-second candle, how many orders are on each side where they got filled at.
Sick. Okay, that's awesome. I don't trade that. I have a hard time. I keep it very simple and clean on my technicals. But man,
Yeah.
how useful of a tool that is.
Yeah, I mean it's helpful on for me it's mostly helpful for knowing when to get out of a position and knowing when to hold a position.
Got it. Got it. That makes sense.
It's a little bit trickier for entries sometimes. For me personally, some people are able to read it easier, right? Absorption, exhaustion, stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to see this push back up fail. I don't want to see this back above. I don't want to see it close back above 4,011s to hold this position.
Okay, yeah, that was a nice little level of support and resistance. Now, gold is still positive for the day. We're positive 0.15, so I could still see us sell off, maybe that much. Maybe go back down and test settlement, which I'm still liking that 4,000 level. How do we get there? I don't know. Maybe we get a nice pullback and then sell off. Pullbacks, fluctuations of the market is healthy. We just seen that, right? When I got into that short, I immediately entered drawdown. And now I was able to take a little bit better of the one-to-one risk reward on that. Have you taken any profits yet, or you were in two?
No, I mean I was just with 2 micros, so
Okay,
I'd probably just close the full position.
but tonight you're up 500. Is that? Am I reading
Yeah,
that right?
526.
Nice. 168 with 2 micros still. Let's see what we do here.
I'm gonna see this get rejected here. If this is another strong candle, I'm just gonna go get out if it doesn't hit my stop that quick.
Okay, some pairs in the chat saying deal and cut rates. Sounds like it must have been as expected. Take a look. Oh no, it was forecasted 2 3/4, and they cut rate 2.5. Expected. We're getting that. Oh, we're getting some selling stepping back in right there. I like it.
Yeah. So we had some smaller buyers push that up. Now we've got a big seller pushing us back down. So this is exactly what I want to see on rejection. This is if this cracks through these lows, this is a very nice area for me to tighten my stop to.
Okay. Let's see it. Let's see this. I like it. That's exactly what I wanted to see as well from the technical standpoint. It says I'm short music. Well, I would sing to you, but I'm not good of a singer.
No? Well, I'm not much of a singer either.
Yeah, so they're gonna, hopefully that short's gonna pay off.
I can play some guitar, but I'm not much of a singer.
Oh, the short music, the short theme song I have. That's what what they meant.
But I see. I was thinking like you're short of music.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking that's the trader mindset, man. That's the trader mindset. You're short. Yeah. Oh, I was with a friend one day. I can't remember where it was. It was some fast food place, and we was getting orders, and like he got in an argument with the lady because he got the order wrong. And I remember he's just like, "I'll short the heck out of this," and like just going off on it. It's like, dude, she has no idea what that means.
Yeah, she's just a worker.
You know? I know.
It's like the same people who get mad at customer support. Like sometimes customer support is infuriating. But at the end of the day, they're just another person on the other end of that line, and you like saying that you're gonna go against the company and all this or whatever. It's like, how much does that help? I've done that probably like once ever, but yeah, I mean, they're just people at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Just some of the people in the chat, I have questions about. I don't. Oh man. I've learned to not read the chat as much. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, like I don't read the chat. I don't look at my Instagram comments that much anymore. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over opinions from the peanut gallery, you know?
Opinions from the internet people. Yeah. Let's see if we could break down here. These I need to zoom in. I got to zoom in. These 08s are holding pretty strong. If we could start to break through that.
Around, but I like this. I like this so far.
Okay. Yeah,
is Jay also short on this, Dakota?
Jay, are you short? Flat. He's flat. He's chilling. Big shout out to Coach Jay, man. You guys probably don't see him, but he was and he has been helping me with the audio and the setup. Much more intelligent when it comes to this stuff than I am. You know, all the little details in OBS and technicals, and so I don't think I could have been able to run this stream as efficiently without him. So, thanks, man. No, they can't hear you. Yeah. Me and him was trading earlier today, and it was awesome, man. I don't know, Baron, you have Jaren there at the house. You guys,
yeah.
How do you guys trade? I know you said separate rooms, but
yeah,
you guys ever traded side to side, and how was that?
No, we like sometimes we'll be in the same trade, but like I'll be at my setup, he'll be at his setup, or like Eric will be at his set. Like we might bounce ideas off each other. We might get into the same trade, but typically we're like in separate rooms trading.
Got it. I'll see. I continue to say this. I've been myself and Coach Jay, and I know you. Social media has been fun. I've enjoyed the heck out of it. I just seen that you posted 1 minute ago, Jay. How many NQ points before I can build DBA tower? What is that? Okay, I got to show the chat now. Dang it! Why do I have to do this? And making me show chat this. Give me a second. Taking a picture. Coach Jay, we'll count as the hashtag slow markets. This one, Took a picture, man. I should have got a haircut before coming to New Jersey, New York. Coach Jay posted this one. Maybe Coach DBA or DBA Concept Tower right there near the New York Stock Exchange. We taught them. We had to go through and teach them.
Is this your first time to New York?
Yeah, New York, New Jersey. Yeah, it is.
Did you go rub the Bulls balls, the Wall Street Bulls balls?
No, there's too big of a line.
I see. I went at night, and I kissed him. But I wiped it off. I wiped it off with Clorox wipes. I went to the 7-Eleven. I got a Clorox wipes. And I was like, I'm wiping it off. I'm not trusting this.
You went at night. You just snuck and you kissed the Bulls balls at night.
Well, it's just like there's no one there at night.
You wipe it down with Clorox first, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wiped it. I wiped the Bulls balls with Clorox wipes to make sure there's nothing there.
I'm dead. I laughing. I'm just laughing too hard. Oh man, that caught me off guard. Went out at night. Yeah.
I have a video of it. I have a video of me on top of it too.
Yeah, that's why I told Jay. I was like, maybe would everybody get mad because it was crowded, right? And there was a line. I'm like, what if I just go in front of everyone, just jump on it and grab it by the horns?
It's hard to get on top of that thing. I'm 6'6" Dakota. It's hard to get up on top of that thing.
I would have probably embarrassed myself then. That's what would have happened. Here it is. The setup, the trader setup, the setup that I have here in New Jersey with Coach Jay, and this is it. This is the setup. Coach Jay, I believe this was we were prepping for the New York session. Jay's doing opening call with Hogue and the team, and I was prepping for the New York session. And yeah, that was it. And it's fun. This was very fun. Let's see if I have another picture. There it is. There's a better one. That's my monitor setup where it all fits in a little backpack. And it's fun trading. It's fun trading side by side with another person.
Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not.
Right.
How long are you in New York till?
I fly out tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I flew in Saturday night and I fly out tomorrow. And yeah, like I said, Jay's been a great host. Thoughts on this trade now?
We're
not really going anywhere.
Yeah, it hasn't moved as much as I would like. We're right at the 382 on the fib. I see it bouncing here. I'd like this to come down to POC. It's below that value area low, but it hasn't really moved too much past it. Or sorry, that value area high. If it accepts value above it, I think this just runs.
Yeah, I was looking for that. I mean, that was the move. I don't
I'm gonna
mind.
get out of it. I don't like this big bar that just came in at 4,010.
Okay.
And it's now above that lower view up band. I might take another trade here. I might take a long.
Okay. I still don't mind these shorts, to be honest. I'd
like to see how we hold above the lower view up band and then move from there.
Okay. Yeah, we've been 07s, 08s just held. It just held. That's it. We do have about 35 minutes left, and considering adding to this position, but I might just let this one play out. It's risk-free. I took my profits. I'm up 168 with a free trade going, basically. Coach Hoop says, look at Platinum. It took off. Shall we? What's the... Coach Hoop, you're looking at so many markets. Oh, yeah. Platinum looks like it's
traded Platinum.
Off to the races. What's that, Baron?
I've never traded Platinum.
Neither have I, but man, some of the moves I heard are just insane.
I've never even looked at it. What is it?
PL. Yeah, PL. I've never traded it either, and I'm not going to. All right, there's a nice little rejection here on gold.
1,600. 1,600 an ounce.
Don't look at it. Don't look at it, Baron.
What the? This thing's been on a ripper this year.
Don't look at it. Told you don't look at
It was
it.
down at 900 in January, and it's up at 1,700.
Yep. Coach Jay says, yep.
That's crazy. Maybe I should look at some Edgefull Platinum stuff.
Don't. Hey, you said you have the NASDAQ locked out. Lock platinum out now.
Why? Why?
It's cheaper than gold. But hey, you just got to pay out with gold, man.
I'm gonna try this long here. I like this momentum.
Oh man, look at the gold. Look at gold.
I like this momentum. Yeah, this is strong.
You were just about to go long. All right, I'm flat. Plus 112.
I'm in with 3. I might add into this.
Oh, you're long. You're long, Baron.
Yeah, I got long. I got long at 15. I missed the entry. I wanted to get long on that retest of that lower VWAP band at 4,011.
Okay.
But I got in at the middle of the candle. I'm fine with this.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I still believe in my shorts.
You still believe in the shorts?
Yeah, I have to say it.
I don't know. There's a lot of aggressive buyers opening.
Okay.
And the CVD is a lot lower. So like your effort is a lot less than it was on this previous push up. And you're getting about the same, like you're getting, like this is a big divergence. This isn't a small divergence. This is a divergence of like 1,300. So I would like to see this just pop off the top.
Okay. Fair enough. But I believe in my shorts. I'm flat. I don't believe in it that much, apparently, obviously. But I still like the idea of a playback to the big round 4,000 number.
I kind of want to add into this, but let's see another candle. Let's see another candle. Yeah, it chopped around at that value area high. You can see that staggered line on my chart where it like moves up. That's your value area high. And I previously wasn't using volume profiles on NASDAQ because I didn't really find them too helpful, but I found in gold they're really useful.
I hard-headed. And show you why I believe in the shorts. I guess I gotta back it by.
Wait, are you still long in your personal account? Are you still long one mini?
No, I'm not long in my personal.
That would have been a bottom tick, Dakota.
I know it was. It was. I called it. No, it's let me look. I'll show you what I'm looking at on this a technical perspective. So now this is a stretch. Hear me out. Okay. I said this when we were the short NASDAQ at the New York Session Open. Hear me out. Okay. This is an hourly chart. And you get, so we are making a nice, trend line here, or, tick, 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 every time we're tapping it. We've been having decent pullbacks, right? So I would be looking for this market to come back down and test the lower. Now this is a horrible drawing, okay? My drawing skills, I'm a trader, not a drawer. So I'm looking for a retest down here. This could be completely wrong, but that is what I would be looking at. Very similar to what I was looking at the NASDAQ. We did get this to start slow markets. That little pullback right here, we tapped it, and then we got that sell-off. So I'm not as confident. So that's why I'm not in a short now. But if we do start to reject this area again, maybe we tap all-time highs and then we start to reverse.
What if it breaks out of the channel, Dakota?
Then I don't get into a short. That's why I'm saying I would like to see us tap all-time highs, and then if we start to see a reversal, then I'm okay with shorts back down towards another test. But not on this. I don't want to get into a short right now. But that is the only reason why I would be like, okay, maybe a little bit of a pullback. Maybe a little bit of a pullback here. Just trying to show patience because of that.
Yeah, I added 2 more in here. So my average cost, my initial entry was at 13.6. My initial cost is, or my average cost is 16 now. Since I added, I added 5 into this. But I'm gonna see if this can push. If we get a strong 5-minute close here, and this continues to push up, I'm gonna be aggressive with my stop.
Okay.
I have my TP at 30s. That might be a little far, if I'm being realistic, but who knows? I mean, gold's just been on a ripper.
Yeah.
Been on a ripper. The Asia range last night was 20 points, and our range tonight is 15 points.
Okay.
And then the Friday range, or Thursday night, I guess you would call it. Thursday night, it was 60 points. So
nice.
I don't think shooting for 30 is too unrealistic. It's outside of yesterday's range. But we've seen big Asia ranges in on some of these days. Like typically we'll get like one or two big Asia ranges a week. Like Tuesdays was big, Sundays was big. Wednesday nights was pretty tight. Thursday nights was pretty tight. Fridays was large. Yesterday's was small, but
let's see if we get. Yeah, let's see if we could get a breakout here. Like I said, I'm flat, up 112. You're up well over $500, and you're in a great position right here.
600.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see if we do it. Someone says, I don't know what the username's on the YouTube chat. It's showing the @ but someone says, holy analyzation. Just decide which way it's gonna go, little bro. Rewatch Fast Markets this morning. I think they were talking to me when I was doing the charts. Rewatch Fast Markets.
They might be talking to me. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe he's talking to himself.
This is why I don't read chat or comments anymore. Because I'm just like,
honestly, half the time I think they're just talking out loud, talking to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, at the meetup in Chicago, a lot of the people we were meeting, they were like, "Oh, I never type in the YouTube chat."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's. I think it's a small minority of people.
It is. It's like out of 1,000. Like say there's 1,000 people that are watching. 20 of them are typing in the chat.
Yeah. And I do like getting questions and having to explain myself, but if it's just like random hate, then I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah. There's some good questions though, and one of the main reasons I love slow markets is new traders who are struggling. It's like, I have a question. Who can I ask? I'll come into class and come ask a good question. And a lot of times, honestly, that question, a lot of people are wondering the same thing, and it helps. What the point of is it for?
I was always the person in high school or college to ask a lot of questions. So
yeah. Me too.
Questions are good.
Yeah. He said, "You're the one that was asking the teacher if he was going to check the homework."
No, I would not do that. I'd ask questions, but I would never bring up, "Oh, you forgot the homework assignment." No, that's No, sir. I'd be like, "Oh, she forgot the homework." Yeah, because I wouldn't always do my homework. Sometimes I'd forget to do my homework, and
Yeah, I'd put my homework up for auction. Like, all right, $20. $20. Who wants to do mine? And then it's like, Susie down the like, Susie will do it for 19. Can you do it for 18? Haven't bid against each other for doing my own homework.
You were always in the market to go to. You just didn't know what.
I know. It's just like, make a market for my homework. Stock tips. And do stock tips for my homework.
Yeah, we do have a lot of orders sitting down at 4,012, 4,013. So my stop's slightly below there. It's at 12 and a half. Give it a couple points past there. Also on micros, I don't know if you noticed, but the wicks are different sometimes. I've seen it quite a bit. And like it's happened to me. I've had it happen to people in my Discord. They're like, "Do I have my stop there?" And you were trading the mini, I was trading the micro, and it stopped me out. And you stayed in. I'm like, yeah. Sometimes there's discrepancies between the two products based off the orders.
Okay. Man, that was just a quick pump up there to those 018s, and we just ran into the wall right there.
I'm fine holding this. There's nothing telling me to close this right now.
Okay.
If this is going to have momentum, it's going to base out and then rip. So I'm fine with this. I'm fine with where my entry is. Obviously if I got my full position at 13s, that would be great, but I added in, so 3-point difference on that average in from where my entry was, but I'm cool with this. And I wish I got in on that little lower view up band retest, but
I know, and I wish I held. Let's just, we still have about 22 minutes left. I'm not as bearish as I was. I still like a play to 4,000. It has a little less to do with technicals and more of a higher time frame. The fact that and I know we were talking about this earlier, Baron, where 4,000 is a major psychological number here in gold, and the fact that we just hung around there for less, like not even a full day, right? We tapped it last night and now we're above it. I'm expecting, now remember, expect is different than what's actually doing. This is maybe trading my opinion, like you're saying, but I've seen it so many times. Markets love to hang around big round numbers. It might not be forever. It might not be like, okay, we're going to just stay here and consolidate, but 4,000 is such a big psychological number here in gold. I'm not going to be surprised if we're there again tonight or during the London session, or we chop around that for just a little bit longer. I'm just surprised that we went through it so fast. And I'd like to see this market retest it. Now, it might not be tonight. It might not be London, but it's just surprising for me that we broke through it so quick is basically. And I don't know if that's going to be
here. I want to see this get absorbed and then move up. We came down into that wall of buyers, and so far all the sellers got absorbed.
Let's watch it. Nice trading. Cheers. But I said W Savage. I like shorts breaking lows, but I mean, here's the thing: gold keeps going up, and then everyone who's short that has to close out of their position, they drive it up as well. So
yeah, it's who's in the way I think about the market is who's in pain, who's in profit.
Yeah, you don't want to be short gold. It's hard to stay short gold. Now I know gold's a little bit different than like equities. Like it's a commodity versus a basket of stocks. So
hedging against inflation, a bunch of different things, right?
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, there's uniqueness in that aspect. Markets could stay irrational longer than we could stay solvent.
Do you know the market cap of gold, Dakota?
It's I'm gonna try and guess without looking at anything.
I've got it pulled up.
Okay. I'm gonna say 23 trillion.
27 trillion.
Ooh. Well, last
Of
week.
the price of 4,019 an ounce.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, do you know the U.S. Equities market cap?
Total U.S. market
Yeah.
probably less than 10 trillion.
Oh no, no. You gotta go up. You gotta go up, Dakota.
Oh, it's more than gold.
It's more than gold.
Okay. Yeah, I would have no idea.
Because if you're thinking about it,
I was thinking Nasdaq. You're talking entire
no,
equities.
entire equity market,
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know.
62 trillion
Dang. Okay.
as
Okay.
of July 1st, 2025.
Man. That's crazy.
So whenever you see those headlines where it's like U.S. equities wiped out $2 trillion in market share or whatever, it's like, okay, but the market's
Yeah.
much bigger than
All right.
it's not like the market's 4 trillion and wiped out half the value. I know that a lot of news sites have been doing that for years, and yeah,
I need to now look. What is the Nasdaq market cap? Now that's on my mind while we watch this gold.
Well, we've got Nvidia. What's Nvidia? How much is
like
Nvidia?
1.5. I'm googling it. We're googling this. Chat probably will find this out before I do. What's the Nasdaq market cap?
I'm gonna guess 15 trillion.
Find it. Where do we find that info?
I can probably pull it up faster than you do.
Oh. Okay.
Nasdaq market cap. Oh, it's tiny, bro.
What is it?
Wait. Oh no, this is Nasdaq as the company. I was like, what? Nasdaq index total market cap. No way.
No, it's more than.
How did we find this out?
I kind of want to go off chat, but they're kind of all over the place. I don't know if it's their guesses. Come on, let's guess it. Chat, guess what is the Nasdaq's market cap?
4 QQQ.
Yeah.
What is it, Dakota? It's under $1 trillion.
It's under $1 trillion?
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe that. Okay, my thought process was like all the companies under the Nasdaq. What are their market cap combined?
But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, no, because only a certain percent of that company is actually allocated into the index.
Well, I'm just talking about those companies. Yeah, you're right. Because Nvidia is like 1.5 trillion, right? 1.4 trillion.
It's the Investico QQQ Trust had approximately 387 billion in assets under management.
Okay.
But I don't know if the assets under management is that considered market cap?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure.
Nvidia is 4 trillion. I don't know why I was saying 1.4.
Yeah.
I know you feel AG Trader feels strongly. Well, if you feel so strongly, do you know the answer? Come on.
I thought it would be a lot bigger.
Come on, guys. We're trying to find the answer of a combined is 39 trillion. Okay, that is the number that makes sense. If it's probably in the 30s. 30s makes sense to me.
Yeah, I was like trying to Google that was a lot harder than trying to Google the gold market cap. I just typed in gold market total gold market cap.
Hey, we're traders, right? I don't plan on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on or game show host, whatever that is.
Yeah. Well, see, Dakota, I just like to know things. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm a smart ass. I like to know things.
You know, the one market cap I care about is my bank account.
Yeah. What is, you only care about your total assets under management?
Yeah, what's my total assets under management? Yeah. It's plus $100 tonight.
Well, you got to get paid out on that.
Those are what's the accounting term? Those are accounts, not accounts payable. It's under my accounts receivable.
I like this on gold. I might even be open to adding another 5 in here.
And
because we steady buyers, but
Jay did just shout out Hoag's weekly kickoff level. Is 4015. 4,015 here in gold. So
yeah, so we jumped down into that.
crazy we hit it, and it's only the beginning of the week.
I think we're just gonna leave the 5. I think we're just gonna leave the 5. Not touch
Okay.
this.
Let it run. Are you gonna just let this one play out?
Yeah, I'll tighten my stop. I'll still manage the trade. I might change my TP. We have orders sitting up at 4,022, 23 in that area, and then there's more at 4,032. So if we get through that wall of orders in the 20s, I want to see this just launch up to the 30s. That's kind of the thought process behind the 30 TP.
Got it. I have a hard time buying gold too. It's like trying to buy the NASDAQ as we're hitting all-time highs, because
I can also look at the range of Asia and just see what the extensions are. So like this is pretty far extended. The IB I use for the overnight is 9 to 10 p.m. So it hasn't finished setting. So if this is the high of the IB, then our extensions are a little bit lower. So 25 would be a more reasonable target.
Got it. Why do I find it hard to buy gold right now? Well, it's just,
why Dakota?
I'm gonna show you.
It just keeps going up. It just keeps going up.
I know.
Just buy.
Look at this daily chart.
Buy the freaking dip, bro.
What dip? Look at this daily. I want a good dip to be able to buy it, and what dip? No dip. It's all salsa. All chips. What do they call it? Tips. It's all chips, no dip.
What are you talking about? Sometimes Dakota, you start talking about stuff, and I'm like, what is he on about?
It's an inside joke, I guess, right? When isn't that bad? Well, that's why I was telling Andre, right? I'm like, man, someone who kept shorting the market, someone who keeps shorting the market, never let him go to the store, because he'll go back and forget to buy the dip. Right? Joke. Chips and dip. The dad joke. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a bad one, right?
Yeah, it is pretty bad. So
whatever.
If I'm, are we still on my screens, Dakota? I can kind of give us some thought process behind, potential TPs. So I'm looking at my edge flow stats. Okay. Once we get a break and close above IB high, which we still haven't finished setting this, but break and close above, these are our percent chances to hit extension levels. So what I've done on my fib tool over here, is going to be, I've gone into my fib tool and I've added negative 0.5, negative 0.7, negative 0.1. These are just standard deviation extensions off the range. So once we get a candle close above there, I would be looking for, and this is useful at all-time highs where you might not have anything to target. I'm using Bookmap as well for my targets, but when you're trading all-time highs, it's a little tricky to find a target, but this can help where I'm looking at, just overall, what's the statistical probability of us hitting a certain level. So once we get a candle close above, IB high, then I'm looking at, the 0.5 is only 62%. And I can also take the size of this range to get a little bit more refinement on this. And I can check my stats again based off the size. It's 0.31. So I can check that. If I'm leaning towards a breakout, what's my percentage? The 0.5, it's only about 65% of the time it hits that. So on my TP at the 0.1, that's a 95% chance. The 0.2, it's a 91% chance. The 0.3, it's 75% chance. So it starts to fall off after that 0.2 area. So that's something I might want to consider. But if it pushes past that 0.2 up to that 0.3, I might look for those further extension levels.
Okay. Using those Fibonacci extensions when you're at all-time highs to look for realistic areas, right?
Yeah, to target.
Got it. I like it. Well, let's see.
And
if
then
we can
tie
go.
the edgeable stats with that.
Nice trade.
We're pushing. I want to see how strong this candle closes, because this is a lot of buyers coming in, but I want to see if they support or not before I adjust my stop. I can bring it up to this wick, this little retest wick. I'm gonna leave it for right now. If I was in with larger size, I would probably adjust it much quicker. But with 5 micros, you can kind of let it play out a little bit.
This market's so strong.
That's hard to short it.
I mean, the fact that I made $100 on that short.
I got it for like $50.
Hey, green is green. Green is green, man. I just like, wow. Yeah, wow. All chips and no dip.
There was a dip, Dakota. There was a dip. It dipped right down to value area high. It dipped below it, and we were looking for it to sustain below on the short.
That was not even. That's not enough dip for my chip.
Well, you gotta. I feel like if you apply these volume profiles, Dakota, I think you'd really like them, because they're just another technical. Especially if you're trading gold, they're really nice. I'm gonna convince you to use them. They're really nice on gold.
When I come down there to Florida, you can convince me. We'll see. You were buying off of value high?
So the way I use a volume profile is like I'm using it as context, but you can also use it for levels.
You can also okay.
I want to think about the context for the most part. So when this comes down to this value area high,
got it.
Right, this staggered line, does it sustain below it, or does it accept value there? Like, what's going on at this level? We also have the POC pretty close. So when you have your POC and your value area high stacked that close, sometimes it's less likely to break. I haven't done the back testing on that, so I don't know. But to me, it makes sense that it would be more likely to hold when it's that close to your POC. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my stop up as this is ripping up. I'm just going to set it to the previous 5 minute. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit lower, where we had those buyers come in off that wick. But yeah, as it comes down to this value area high, what's going on here? Are we accepting above it, below it? What's going on? We come down to that level, we start to get bought up, brought back above it, dip down, get bought up again, and then you can see it on this wick, on this 5 minute wick. If I go on 1 minute, it's a little bit clearer. This wick retests the value area high, and then it launches off of that.
Yeah. And we are almost at all-time highs as we speak.
You don't got air horns, right?
No. I need to go pick one up at the store. Left it at home.
And Jay doesn't just keep those on hand.
Air horn by chance. He's gonna go look.
The fact that I've only met Jay once, but I feel like he is the type of dude to actually go look for the air horn.
Jay's awesome, man. He's so awesome.
He's like, I don't know, let me check. And it's like, this dude's never bought an air horn in his life, but he's still gonna go check if he has.
He just finds one.
Yeah, actually I have one in my closet. It's 10 years old, but it might still work.
It's out of air because we've been hitting all-time highs all freaking month. All year. All right. First level you have as soon as we break through these all-time highs is what price?
Yes. So there's
all-time high.
I'm gonna get aggressive with this stop. I want to trail this off the momentum.
Okay.
My next level is this 2022 to, or I guess it's 21 to 23. And then after that, it's 33s. 33s is the next level after that I have. So if I'm using my IB, right?
Right.
What is that?
What was what?
What is that noise? What is that noise?
I think Jay found one.
No way. No way.
I don't know what that is. It's not the best, but it works. It gets the job done.
Yeah, but
All-time highs.
so if I'm using those IB statistics, I need to continue to adjust my fib levels. So now our 0.5 is sitting right at those 430s. So I like that as a potential target. I could take it off at the 0.1, the 0.2, 0.3 in there. But what I've noticed from gold is when it gets this momentum, it doesn't give very many retraces if it's good momentum. We are coming into this wall of sellers. There are a lot of buyers up here, like how we had previously earlier today, where when we got up to 4,020, there were a lot of buyers up there, and then you had those aggressive sellers step in. That's why I want to be aggressive with my stop, because this could flush.
I don't trust gold. I just don't trust gold to buy it.
You don't trust gold?
Not up at these levels, without Jay's over here with that. Yeah, he's got that air horn going. They can hear it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. It's just it's different from trading Nasdaq, but I've been loving it so far.
Yeah, and rightfully so, right? You found a great way to trade it. For me, I love a higher time frame perspective a lot of the times, and I just have psychologically a hard time to find longs up this high, right? For me, I would want to see a nice, 3-day, 1 week consolidation or pullback before I'm like, okay, let me now just look for.
Just keep ripping the highs.
And it's just
keep
gold.
Ripping the highs.
Gold just keeps. Last year at this time, I bought physical gold at $2,600, and I'm like,
yeah,
I just doubled my money almost.
My mom, she's a little bit older. She's like almost in her 70s, and she probably 5-10 years ago, she was buying a bunch of gold and silver, and me and my brother are like, what are you doing? Why are you buying all this gold, all this silver? Turns out she's right.
That's awesome.
But she was like, if the world collapses, we got gold and silver to trade stuff with. I'm like, Mom, if the world collapses, we're gonna have other things to worry about.
That's gonna be the last of your worries. Well, I mean, I believe the idea is you could bargain with it, right?
Yeah, but if everything collapses, all bets are off.
All bets are off. Bargain with pieces of gold. Food. Bargain with food. Chips and dip. Yeah, we didn't get we didn't get a lot of momentum up here. All-time highs were just. Jay says there's someone selling 100 contracts at 23s.
Yeah, 142.
Okay.
Jay. I'm already on top of it. I wonder if I can share my entire screen to
36.
Show you guys my book map.
Hmm.
Maybe we figure that out another time. I don't want to mess with it right now.
Yeah, we'll figure it when I fly back tomorrow. Once I get home, I'll be able to do a lot more.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a screenshot of what I'm looking at, Dakota.
Okay.
And you can see there's just a bunch of limits that get tapped into, and then we bounce out of there. I'll just put it in the slow markets chat. Someone wanted to know value area high and low. I know we're coming to the end, but I'll explain it very quickly. So value area high and low, the general definition is 70% of your volume above the POC, 70% below. So it's just you can customize it on this. You can put value area volume 70. If I change this to 50, then I believe this would be right back at POC.
Look at that flush. Whoever was selling those 100 contracts.
I'm fine holding this. Sometimes it does this where, it will look like it's flushing and then it gets bought back up immediately.
Love this. Sometimes it does this. You sound like you trade crypto.
Sometimes it does this.
Sometimes it does. We're down 40%. Sometimes it does.
I did used to trade crypto. That's okay. I'm stopped out.
Good trade.
I wanted to ride it for a little bit longer, but all right, that's a good way to end slow markets, I think.
Yeah, right at the end. So, all right, Jay, me and Jay, we got a comedy show to go to. Right? So,
I need to go to the gym.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that. You're gonna hit the gym.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will meet Coach Jay and I. We will be on tomorrow for trading with Topstep at 11:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm excited. Once again, thank you, Baron. Great trades. 2 great trades. Green on the screen. You're still in green. I'm up $100. All right. I'm not gonna argue with that. I just have a hard time buying gold. I want to see bigger consolidation. I want to see a retest of 4,000. But want in one hand, and yeah, market does the deed on the other hand. So thanks again, Baron. I appreciate it.
Yep. I'll see you later.
All right. See ya. Take care, everybody.